What are you doing?
Making sure that I have the stuff that I need ready to go.
What stuff?
There's no synopsis on this paperback. And for the game,
It's kind of hard to have a synopsis.
I feel like you don't even need one for this.
Yeah, like, just go read it. Or you're stupid.
It's like
It's
one
true,
of those
though.
things where
It's
like
kind of true.
you'll know if you like it, and if you like it, you'll love it, and if you don't like it, then
Yeah, then I don't know what you like.
science,
Yeah, like sitting.
rules, sweater vests. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Shira, it's very
No,
important you
don't
stay
look
where you
in her
are.
eyes. She's gonna. Now look what you've done. She is a handsome cat.
She's good looking.
Hmm.
Insert the picture here.
All right, stop looking in the cat's eyes. Let's start this.
Don't you do that sometimes where you
Yes,
just
but
stare
I-
into your cat's eyes?
Yes, but I do it in the
Not lovingly,
privacy of my own home.
like you're creating.
No, our mental connection, yes. Constantly.
All right, stop fooling around. Hello and welcome back to Night Shoes Book Club, the podcast where these two sisters will talk books with you, spoiler free. We also are going to include a hot topic and anything else we might think of.
Yeah, I cannot promise I will ever be on task at any given moment because I do have rampant ADHD. And where the wind takes me, I'll never know.
Where the wind takes me. Are you going to finish that?
Yeah, where the wind takes me, I'm in the corner looking at sticker books.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got there.
I don't know. You just follow the muse to where she's going to lead you.
Getting older, it doesn't get better. It just is me accepting that part of myself more and being more okay with it and forgiving myself for the cleaning I doth not do.
We doth not do it. It's just one of those. I mean, if
doth do it
ADHD
enough.
upsets you, then you're probably already mad at us.
I don't mind, maybe. Or actually the off-topic things are helping and you can pay attention. Just double the speed. It'll be fine.
Because you have ADHD, you weren't listening. I said if ADHD upsets you.
Right, so they'll never know.
Oh, right. We threw them off the case. Anyway, I'm Suzanne and this is Presley.
Hi.
This week's episode, so when we hit multiples of 10, we are going back and forth picking books for whatever reason we feel.
That is not...
So far it's been favorites.
It's more of a favorites topic every 10.
It's more of a favorites, but I'm thinking, listen, episode 40, I think I'm going to pick one that is my favorite hated book.
All right.
The one that I hate the most.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. This episode 20, we've made it to 20 already, if you can believe it.
Yay. And if you've listened to all of them, oh my god, thank you.
You just let us know and we will send you
He's-
a sticker
Yeah, we're embarrassed.
and a kiss.
Mwah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Really, though, goodness.
It's appreciated.
It really is.
Our mom appreciates it. Thank you.
I know, yeah. I know she's definitely listening.
She's
so,
the one.
Yeah, thanks,
Kisses
Mom.
for Susan.
Our #1 fan.
So this episode 20, is my pick, and I picked my favorite book from my favorite author, Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris.
And what a book it is.
It's so funny. Everything he writes is the best thing ever to me. I have cackled myself to the point of tears on public transportation. It's just the best. I could read it over and over. It is as funny every time.
Yes, and it's, before we get into all of that, which is the topic, we'll do a little, since we last talked.
Oh, right. Oh, and our theme is translational humor. But before we jump into it, what have you been up to since we last talked?
Now, I know this might anger you, but one of my favorite websites, especially growing up, Neopets, was defunct for a bit, and now it's back. They've revamped all of the games and stuff, and it's under new management, and I'm so excited. So I've been doing a lot of that. I also am part of a Patreon for this company called Witchy Beth stuff. Her stuff is amazing. She's amazing. Small business. It's fantastic. I met her years ago at an open craft mart thing in a cemetery. She was the nicest person ever. I love her bath products. Now all of our family uses them.
Family and friends. I always get compliments if I've used her things. The newest body spray that she made for Patreon members that was specific to each of us.
I love it.
I cannot tell you how many compliments I've gotten. I'm going to have to commission her to make me like a insecticide-sized barrel where I'm going to spray myself down with it.
Yeah, because we smell pretty.
But yeah, her content is great. She's so cool.
I know, she's just so nice. So,
she reads really good books.
Yes, and she's so nice.
Taylor's her name.
Taylor is her name.
And Witchy Bath.
Yeah,
is the game.
Look it up. Once a month we do a movie night for the Patreon, and we watched it last time. It was a whole vibe. Like, I just had a really great time because I don't know how she does it, but every time she's like, "This is the movie we're watching," I'm like, "That's what I wanted to watch."
She just knows.
And it just was a fun time. It's fun, like, connecting with people and stuff, like, in a group where, like, normally it's, like, with people you wouldn't normally interact with, and then you're just in, like, a little group setting, and it's nice. So I had a great time with that, and that's what I've been doing.
And this is not a paid promotion.
No.
It is so, I don't know, it's so fairly priced, the Patreon, and she sends you a little box of goodies every month of bath stuff, and then also does a tarot card reading for you.
Did you read yours?
They are on point. Every single one she's done for me, even the ones where I'm like, I don't know. In 2 weeks, I know why.
Why? What was yours this month?
It was about
What card was it? Give it a go.
The Six of Swords.
I'll say mine right now because I remember mine. Mine was the Five of Pentacles. So me sad because me poor right now, but it is a test of the universe, and I am sure of that. So I'm still trudging along, and I'll get there when I get there. And luckily, it's minor arcana because this madness has to stop. I'm being tortured, but it's okay. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, what card was it?
I had Five of Pentacles, maybe last year, and it was a doozy.
I'm in a Five of Pentacles right now, but I'm feeling all right about it.
We're building the empire. I got Six of Wands. Intuition, inspiration, ambition, growth. I feel it.
Good. That's all
I need that for later.
That's all we wanted to know.
What have I been up to, you ask? Well, I will just say that we have so much big, fun stuff planned for soon. We're, of course, every day, like, learning and growing more things about the podcast. It's been a lot to learn, but we're learning well. And even as a not computery person, like, I am figuring it out.
Yeah, we know what computers is.
I know about aux cords.
Ugh.
But yeah, we also got some merch, so we got to send some merch out to some people, which is awesome, and just the support's been super appreciated.
We'd like to grow that too. So you know what? The more you interact with us, we'll remember. And when you say mean things, we'll remember that too.
Elephants never forget.
Yeah. So please
Remember that.
Please be nice.
Please be nice to us.
Ourselves.
David Sedaris.
Yeah, let's get into
Sedaris.
Sedaris. David Sedaris.
He is a legend. He's just so funny. His writing is so poignant. I don't know if it's because our mother makes inappropriate jokes often that he seems so on brand for our family. But I just love him. As a youth, I want to say I was probably maybe like 10 or 11 when I was given a copy of Holidays on Ice. as a Christmas gift, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah, it's literally been a staple for us. Remember when you burned those CDs?
Oh yeah, guys, I don't know.
Those were coveted
to the millennials
CDs.
of the world. The LimeWire generation of making a mixtape CD. Before we used to make mixtapes, and then we transitioned into CD tape burnings. They were just so funny.
You don't have to say tape in there.
I feel like it's still a mixtape.
But yeah, like you made a CD, like what was it, like 4 CDs of the book?
Yeah.
And like we used to listen to it in the car together.
It's just so funny. All of his, I will recommend that. All of his audiobooks are narrated by him for the most part, and it really lends to the experience. He is a great public speaker.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
so funny.
Because we've gone to see him a couple of times now. At each time, it's just, it's a great experience.
It's a great experience. His book signings are hilarious. He will draw you a little picture if you are not crappy. And he's funny, he's interesting to talk to. It's one author that you do a book signing with where he truly is interacting with you. He sees you, he's asking you questions. He's just
Connecting.
Yeah, he's very present. It's really
I like it.
refreshing.
My favorite thing is when we did go to the book signing, she obviously is an overnight nurse, and she said, "Oh, I just got off work," and he said, "From where, the whorehouse?"
Mm-hmm.
And I tell that to people all the time, and people who don't know him as an author are like, "What?
Are horrified.
Why would he say that?" And I'm like, "Because it was funny.
It was funny.
We all laughed."
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, like that's like yeah.
Mm.
But he just, I don't know, he's so funny and personable. So if you ever get the chance to go see him, absolutely do it.
It is definitely worth it. Book signings can be kind of nerve-wracking anyway, because it's like, please sign this. It's like very nervous, and as book people, we tend to isolate and read in the bathroom alone. But getting together with other book people is so refreshing.
It is, it's nice. And like, because
He is-
there is a task to be done of
Yes.
like sign my book, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yes, and his signings are always associated with his events, which he tours often, almost
Yeah.
constantly, and his readings are literally as funny as any stand-up comedy that is like pure gold, where everyone is cackling.
So funny, and like his comedic timing is on point.
It's on point.
So
I love observational humor.
yes, and this yes. So he lives in West Sussex, England, with Hugh, which it's his partner who.
Didn't he move back?
I don't know. I didn't say that.
He's lived all over the
Yeah,
place.
like he talks about his vacation home and different places. It just is so like his books are so good, and you learn so much about him. I think my favorite book of his is Dress Your Family in Corduroy and Denim. But When You Are Engulfed in Flames is like, if you haven't read that, you're missing something in your life.
They're so good.
Well,
Even his diaries are just so funny.
Hilarious.
Ah.
What I liked was because, and this was a thing that I knew about him anyway because he talks about it, he likes to go out and pick up litter. And any human being that does that is an angel. If you're out on a walk and you just pick up litter as you go, good. Like, that just,
It's
bless you.
appreciated.
Yeah, like, just do it. Like, you can throw a wrapper in your bag.
Yeah, so many people don't even think about that.
Yeah, and like, I know it's trash and it sucks, but like, you're at least helping the earth out. Because he does that, he picks up litter. Apparently, he's known as Pigpen, which is hilarious. And he has a garbage truck named after him.
I would be so honored.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like if that just means you're appreciated for picking up the litter. Most of us go.
It's just, I mean, that kind
unthanked.
of bragging rights. A garbage truck is named after me.
Yeah, most of us go unthanked like Batman.
Truly.
Yeah.
Even if you're out for other kinds of walks, if you see litter, pick it up. I think that isn't as common nowadays as it used to be.
Yeah. Well, let's make it a
But we
comeback.
also don't litter as much as like the 50s, I'm thinking. But there's so many more people.
They do. Well,
I don't know what the statistics are on
It's
litter.
before the litter bug thing, but like, if anybody, a great example of it is that episode of Mad Men where they're out on the picnic in the park and then they get up and they just shake all of the trash out of their blanket and then they just leave. And like people literally used to do that. So now we're at a point where it's like, maybe don't leave trash everywhere.
It just irks my soul. We were at Panera the other day and so many people left their dishes on the table like they were going to get bussed when it was like,
yeah, you didn't...
Clearly they have designated spots that are labeled for you to put your dishes near the trash.
And like nobody came to your table to take your order. Why would anybody come to your table?
Exactly. And like there's just a staffing shortage everywhere. So maybe you pitch in a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you just throw out what you literally just used.
Yeah. They're nice enough to let you use their dishes.
Hello, yeah.
Mm.
It's wild.
So this book specifically is from 2000, which seems like yesterday and also like so long ago.
Yeah, like 23 years ago is a wild thing to think, but like 2000, yeah.
Yeah. It makes it easy, doesn't it?
I know what year it is.
Yeah. There also is not a synopsis from the back of the book, so I'm going to read you the Goodreads one.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to explain his books other than it's just like his diaries, his take on things, his stories from things. So
that's so yes, it's his writing is little funny stories that are most of the time stories from his family with some observational humor, just recollections.
Yeah, so
they're great.
Give a little summary.
Anyone that's read Naked or Barrow Fever or heard David Sedaris speaking live or on the radio will tell you that a new collection from him is cause for jubilation. His recent move to Paris from New York inspired these hilarious new pieces, including Me Talk Pretty One Day, about his attempts to learn French from a sadistic teacher who declares that every day spent with you is like having a cesarean section. His family is another inspiration. You Can't Kill the Rooster is a portrait of his brother who talks in incessant hip-hop slang to his bewildered father. And no one hones a finer fury in response to such modern annoyances as restaurant meals presented in ludicrous towers of food and cashiers with 6-inch fingernails. I saw some long fingernails today. Where was I? Oh, the liquor store.
Oh, yeah, that seems
nails,
right.
They were beautiful. They were at least 3 inches. Iridescent stilettos.
Goodness gracious.
And the clacking was just, oh.
But the artistry
None of it does it justice.
The artistry on some of the nails I see nowadays, I'm like, that is a whole ass painting.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And
the
like
art of having such fingernails as well.
That too, because I have a hard time having regular length nails.
Yes, mine get a little long and I'm annoyed.
I don't know how people do it, although I'm sure like scritching a cat's head is probably really easy.
That's how you get a cat to love you.
Yeah.
If you've been wondering.
So I've written down, so a lot of his stuff is like this middle class upbringing. Don't look at my paper, I'm nervous. You're not even looking at it.
I will continue maintaining that no one can read your handwriting, including you.
I can read it.
It's terrible.
From middle class upbringing in the suburbs of Raleigh, North Carolina, his Greek heritage, homosexuality, odd jobs, and drug use. And like, man, his books are funny. It's just a good take on all of these things. That's where it's like, it's like his whole life.
So funny. His stories of going to the dentist, of living in a foreign country, and he's somebody who's very interested in language, which I also am. I love the word etymology.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so interesting anyway, and then learning a phrase where you're like, I've got to squirrel that away, because maybe one day I will need to tell people that I like to drink on Wednesdays.
Well, and just making the mundane more fun, more palatable. It's like these stories that,
Truly. And that he makes it a point to skip past these surface level niceties because that is boring. And that, what does he say in the one ad for Masterclass? That he says he likes to ask people, how many people do you know in a wheelchair?
Yeah, that's...
Because then you think about it.
Yeah, or like, when's the last time you touched a monkey? It's just
I
these
love
questions.
and the stories, the responses that he gets from people on tour that he asks strange questions
Because I
to.
think the monkey thing of when's the last time you touched a monkey, she said, why, can you smell it?
And like, can you smell it on me?
That's hilarious. And I like that too, where like, I mean, I think it's a lot of people, but personally as a Scorpio, I don't want to have that small talk. I can't do it. Like, I want to know what makes you cry.
I love when somebody gives you a completely unexpected response and you just have to go, what?
Yeah, or like when people, like, I know it's not right to be rude, but one of my favorite things is when people are rude, like, sort of unintentionally, or like they just say it, and I don't know, like, when I moved into the trailer that I now live in, I used to live in a house, and it was in the same area. I have the same mailman. The mailman showed up one day, and I went outside to get the package from him, and he was like, didn't you used to live here? And I said, yes. And then he went, I thought this was a bit of a downgrade. And I was like,
whoa.
Yeah.
He burned you.
Yeah, like it was...
He's not somebody who should be burning people.
It was wildly rude, and I liked it. And it was so funny. And
That's
I was
so funny.
Like, I was like...
Once a patient said, oh, you're pregnant. And I said, no, I'm just fat. And she said, well, you're glowing.
And that's a
it's not a save. You're
that's
just
a compliment.
covering. But it's funny.
Take it for what it is.
Oh, I love it.
No, it's good. Also, and I know this is completely side note, but if you do want to see some television stuff, he is on season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race. It's one of those episodes. I want to say it's episode 8 because I think that's what it said. But him and his sister Amy, who is also an actress, so you've probably seen her in a few things. They're on season 8, and that episode was funny. She is the
secretary from Elf.
Yes.
So she's the secretary from Elf. She did Strangers with Candy.
She was on Kimmy Schmidt too, wasn't she?
She was on Kimmy Schmidt. She's in a lot of stuff, surprisingly.
Yeah.
She's just so funny. Amy Sedaris.
Super funny. And yeah, so check that out too if you just want a little snippet, but
yes.
His books.
So the title story, Me Talk Pretty One Day, like the part that I read from Goodreads, is talking about translational humor. So as he's learning French and he is having kind of broken French, the things that he's trying to communicate are maybe landing a little bit, but it's just, there is something, and I wouldn't say that it's in a mean-spirited way because xenophobia is gross, but I'm just close-minded. Like, there's so much out there for people to learn. But, so not in a mean way, but translational humor is so funny to me.
Yeah, like broken English is like, first off, anybody who's trying to speak a language that they do not normally speak is fabulous anyway. Go for it. But also, like, they're trying. If anything, I think it makes a more creative way of speaking. Like when they say, like, the pot to a lid, where they call it the pot's hat.
The pot's hat.
Or something. It makes it more creative.
I had, strangely enough, back when I was in nursing school, both of my anatomy physiology teachers were Argentinian, and they would say the 4 flavors of connective tissue. And I appreciate the spice, but maybe don't make it flavors.
Yeah, flavors.
But I still remember it because of that.
Right, okay, yeah, so at least it worked. But yeah, flavors is maybe too much. Because you shouldn't be tasting that, I don't think.
Well, you met my friend Val, who is Vietnamese. The way that she phrases things is beautiful and funny and just so much more just engrossing than the cliche way that we all speak to each other.
Right, and like people got a bash on him for it. My friend Liz, where like, you know, she gets self-conscious about...
Yeah, Liz has such
self-conscious about her English.
And she's such a bubbly person.
And great conversation.
Yeah.
I have not once been like, oh, I can't understand her. No way. Like, she's great conversation, and like, it's fun every time. And if anything, then she watches me try to pronounce things in Spanish, and then she laughs. Because I'm
That's hilarious.
I think we ate pollo del, and she's just watching me. And I'm so self-conscious, so I'm back at it. But like, she's, I don't know, I think it's great.
Yeah, for sure. And just, like you said, I mean, I really appreciate people who try.
Yeah, because I'm going to try too. And, like, it just is what it is. Like, try it. Why not?
Yeah,
And nobody be mean. For goodness sake.
Nobody be mean.
God.
I think that it's funny sometimes, and it definitely depends who you're getting. Europeans can be a little bit callous, which maybe explains the French teacher.
I kind of like it, though.
When I was learning German, the Germans that I spoke with told me that I had the accent of a grandmother.
Oh, man. And, like, how are we
So
supposed
this isn't sexy, or it's very sexy.
It's sexy to a select group,
You just gotta find them.
but they're real into it.
I'm gonna put up a flyer on a message board.
Maybe don't do that unless you really want.
Not with Germans. Don't mess around with that. You're gonna get yourself in over your head. Also, not interested. No, thank you. No,
No.
thank you. Ugh. But, so, I thought for this favorite book of mine, I would do the game of translational humors where I'm going to read you a phrase that's on some sort of thing or item, and then you guess and tell me what is the item that the phrase is found on.
Okay, so it's like when we go to like Daiso.
Yeah, a lot of them are Daiso items that I have
I
personally.
love those items where it's just a shirt that just says like. It's a shirt. Usually it says like a curse word, but you're like, oh,
Almost a curse word where you're like, is this allowed?
yeah.
All right, we're going to start with, hi, land of animals. The world is a happier place when I'm with you.
Oh, is it on those bags that you use to pick up dog poop?
It's on a mug. I'm going to also put the pictures up here for you guys,
Same difference.
if you're on YouTube. Same difference. Well, that's true. You could always use a mug to pick up dog shit.
But what does animals have? Okay, sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, this one says, happiness is always a coincidence. Adorable cat.
I don't. Maybe like a hairbrush.
It's a memo pad.
Well, I mean that is. If you're gonna take a note, might as well have it be an upper.
And there's also a picture of a cat with a piece of yarn coming out of it from a weird place.
That is weird. Like it's
the
like
yarn is stuck in the cat's urethra, and someone needs to call a vet.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm not a vet, but that's not good.
It can't be good. All right. I also hope you don't remember these from being in person. Fashion. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time. It's a day worth waiting for, my love.
I feel like it should be on like a sewing machine.
It's on a pencil case. Because you won't be embarrassed at school with that.
I get
My love.
Yeah, that's weird anyway. Like your pencil case is your mother. But
When I read that to my boyfriend, he won't stop saying, my love. And I don't care for that.
Oh, I like it. I think it's
Yucky, yucky.
that's sad. But
It's the
I
difference
guess if you're
between
like
us.
sketching out dresses on a lady like the new Cruella movie, I guess that would be a good pencil case.
Maybe. There is always light behind the clouds. The trip is fun. You'll never find a rainbow if you're looking down.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I guess maybe on like a tombstone, I feel like that would be nice.
This is on a travel bag that is also titled Favorite Rest Time.
Rest time, but you're on vacation.
I guess it's a rest time.
Okay, yeah, I guess vacation should be rest time depending on where you go. But I guess the rainbow thing, like, really, I feel like that one's like, doo-doo-doo.
Relax and enjoy oneself. Sunny day at holiday time.
I guess on a pill bottle?
It is on a makeup bag.
I guess that's kind of a pill bottle.
It's always holiday time, too, if you're putting on mascara.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. That is very delicious, and they are fashionable sweets. Don't you take a break a little?
What? maybe like on a set of spoons?
It's on some sort of candy called Red Mount Fuji Chocolate Crunch.
Well, that sounds good.
It does. I bet it's great. I'm concerned about the packaging because it's a nondescript kind of cardboard box.
Ooh, I would still eat it. If we're being totally honest, I still would.
Next, we've got We Are Afraid. If you use toilet, please turn off a light.
What? I guess maybe on like, you know how people have like those signs in their bathroom that say like best seat in the house? It's one of those. It's a motivational picture on a bathroom.
This is the one that you got right. It's a bathroom sign.
Hey.
I love that it says We Are Afraid.
Yeah, that one's...
There's a lot to be afraid of, though.
Quite ominous. Like, what are you peeing out? Goblins?
Is there an electrical problem that is the toilet hooked up to the electric? Maybe a Japanese toilet would be.
Maybe, or it's like some sort of demon coming out of your bladder, in which case, drink more water.
Please stay hydrated, especially in this heat.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's too many. If your goblins are like a dark brown color, you need more water.
Anything over like...
If your demons aren't
a
clear.
light yellow.
Yeah, if your demons aren't light yellow or clear, you need more water.
You need more auditing if you're not clear. I must verify if it is the house myself.
A tape measure.
This is on a shirt, on a women's blousey shirt.
Okay.
Blousey, I'm gonna say in quotation marks.
That sounds like a shirt you would wear to the airport, just to really throw them off.
Yeah, and let them know that you're verifying if it is the house.
Right.
Alright, this one says, you who choose this item are the fucking cool.
Oh my.
There is absolutely a good business.
I don't even know, like, I feel like it would just come up in a puff of smoke after you bought some cryptocurrency.
That is maybe, I don't know if this is officially licensed, but it's on a Thrasher sign at Tokyo Skate Shop.
Oh, okay. I feel like they're dropping an F-bomb to seem cool, but
Maybe.
over here, I am just...
That's aggressive.
It feels alarming to me. Not cool. Just, like, I'm like, is everyone upset?
Do you need me to have a good time
Yeah,
for any
like,
reason in particular?
Did I do
Also,
something?
that's a lot of pressure.
The-
I know that you want me to be cool, but if you ask me to, then I definitely can't.
Yeah, it's gonna go downhill.
Images are hopefully in your head since 1982. Lovey-dovey night, highfalutin.
I don't even know, like some sort of organizational box.
That is on a baseball tee.
Okay.
Like a raglan sleeve baseball tee.
Yeah, okay. Now that you said baseball tee instead of just regular tee, that makes perfect sense.
I like that it says highfalutin.
Yeah, like you think you're better than us.
Yeah.
You're not. You're wearing a baseball tee.
And our last one. How marvelous when we use it. I hope for fun life.
I don't know, like a dildo?
It is a water bottle.
Same difference.
That's true. It just depends where you're at in your fun life, I guess.
Yeah. No, I like that on a water bottle. That's good for, like, you know, getting your clear goblins.
There you go. There you go. Flush them out.
Flush them out.
Well, I suppose that brings us to the haiku portion of our program. Oh. You
Now,
go first.
I'm thinking you should go first because
I'll go first.
I did not write a haiku. I wrote a poem because I went off the rails a little bit, but it just felt right.
I had to go with it, I say. We're very loose with rules here. All right. Around you always, many people do strange things. Keep your eyes open.
That is so, and that's so true, and that's kind of like his stories where he's just very observant, and it comes out handy because he's got a lot of stories.
They're just great.
Yeah, and then look at us now. He's, you know, wrote some of the most hilarious things ever because he was paying attention.
He was wise enough to record it. Stop looking at your phone and start looking at your cashier.
Yeah, you might see an anus.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to see an anus.
You never know.
The cheese that I picked is an offbeat one, Roncal, which is a hard cheese. That's a Spanish cheese. And I picked that one because I love an intense hard cheese. It's very intense. It's buttery, yet piquant.
I feel weird about this.
And I feel like that is how his stories feel to me. Buttery, but tangy in a palatable way.
Fair enough. I just feel like your cheese pick was kind of erotic, and that's weird. It's cheese, you pervert.
That's 100% on you.
I don't know. So, like I said,
I'm going to give you some extra for
we'll
your full-size poem.
We'll do a sprinkle of it.
Sprinkle.
Well, it's one of those, like,
Cha-cha-cha?
Yeah, like, I'm just going to have to read the poem. But I wrote this one inspired by our mother because she was over at my house this morning, and she is the best. So, there once was a woman named Suzanne, whose foul mouth I found quite amusin'. Dirty joke here and a curse word there. It only stopped when she was snoozin'.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's really suited for her.
She's quite the sailor mouth, and I love that about her. So, in ode to these books, of them being, a lot about his family and stuff, I thought it was funny. So,
I love that you went limerick.
yeah, I love one.
I think we could include limericks with the haikus.
Okay, we'll do
Any kind of joyful poetry.
I love a good...
Or depressing.
Yeah, if I want to feel something.
Just make it good.
I want to feel something. Make me feel human. Now, the...
What's your cheese pairing?
I went with French onion soup. Crusty cheese on top. What kind of cheese is that?
Swiss usually.
Swiss. Sometimes it's Parmesan. Who's to say?
Provolone.
I'm obsessed with French onion soup. Just how I feel obsessed with these books. They're always delicious. Even when it's not delicious, it's delicious.
It's a solid choice.
I could eat it all day, yeah. I could have French onion at the beginning of literally every meal. So that's how I feel about these books. Where we just had, I don't know, over the years, literally so many years, reading these, especially like as a family and stuff. And like talking about things, or even like when funny stories happen to us. It just reminds us of this, which I forgot to bring up earlier, but the story about the nightgowns I think is really funny, if you wanted to share the nightgowns.
The nightgowns.
That the lady that died with the nightgown that you told him. Wake me up never, is that what it said? I'm going to cut all of this out, so when I said...
No, leave it.
No, I'm going to cut all of this out. I meant you tell the story and I'll start back up there.
This is going to sound like a lot. I've had so many, I don't know why I keep bringing up dead people today, but I've had so many people's corpses to clean up who have nightgown related things. So you just have to be more specific, really. We had a hospice patient that we were taking care of in the hospital for a while, and when she did eventually die, her family had put her in pajamas that were like, kind of sassy Walmart-y pajamas, where it was like tie-dye pants with like a shirt with a saying, yet nobody proofread that the shirt saying that she died in said, "Wake me up never."
I think that's hilarious. But also, like on a corpse, you're like,
Whoa.
I don't know if it's the right time.
But now I see a lot of them where I think about, like, that'd be bad to die in. There was one that said sleep is, or being awake is overrated.
That's hilarious. So next time you guys are in Walmart, take a look around. If you see something hilarious that would be bad to die in, message us.
If you see a shirt that would be appropriate or inappropriate to die in, let us know.
Because I have my cat with the stars moo from Walmart, and I'd be happy to go in that. Because if for my Forever Ghost clothes, I'd be cool with it. It's comfortable. I like it.
The print is very cute.
It's got cats. What's not to like?
All right, well, while we wrap this up for the week, what are you grateful for?
I'm going to assume that we're grateful for the same thing. I said these books and David Sedaris himself, just because I feel like it's really, not only do I enjoy this personally and it's just uplifting, or even like we talked about before, where like I literally cannot read his books in public because I can't stop laughing and I just look like a maniac. It has brought our family together in a lot of ways too, where like,
I'll crack my bones if I want to.
damn it, I'm talking. It just brought our family together. We all laugh about it. We all enjoy it together, and I just love that.
Mine's the same, and I feel exactly the same way. That it's just so, it has been so refreshing in life to have found a writer whose work just really celebrates the strange and encourages you to not be upset about things that are different or things about yourself that are different.
Or what other people think.
Truly, just to celebrate who you are and to take joy in these little everyday moments that when you are approaching them from a place of observation can be very funny.
Yes.
And it's there, you just have to be looking for it.
And that, like, it's too short to be worrying about things. Like, everything's funny, you know what I mean? Just...
Or worry to the point that then it becomes funny that you're so worried. You have to do one of the two.
Yeah. But either way, it's an uplifting read, any of these, really, I think.
So yeah, if any of that sounds good to you, definitely check him out. Hey, he's great live. His books are hilarious. The audiobooks are fabulous.
Yeah, this is a
10 out of 10 recommend. You can't go wrong.
This is a go for it. Even if your traditional thing's not comedy, his stuff is so palatable that I think it could be enjoyed by anybody, really.
Truly, truly. All right, well, that's been fun. We will wrap it up then, and we will see you guys next week on Night Cheese Book Club.
Check out the stuffs.
Yeah, look up we're Instagram, YouTube, all the places, you know. Like, subscribe, interact. We are ready to be buds and to hear your strange stories about your family and yourself.
So goodbye.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.